one for every page. She was born in Cambridge, Massachusetts in 1940. Her father was an eminent scholar of Sanskrit at Harvard. This is a little funny. In one of her stories it would be funny. And her mother kept house, which, in one of her stories, would be treated as a matter of seriousness, even possible peril. She dropped out of high school when she was 17 and spent 2 years in Germany, first living with a family, and then auditing classes at various universities, then returned to the U.S. and graduated from Radcliffe in 1964. Her 2019 obituary in the Times contains a correction that she did not graduate cum laude, which would also be funny in one of her stories. That very same year, in the grip of an idea, she did something quite extraordinary, really. But we will come back to that later. A Rachel Ingalls story unspools, something like one of Isak Dinneson's fireside tales, mixed with a B-movie. It happens in some country in between England and America, the speech a little stilted, fallen out of its time. Even if the streets are familiar, we see them through the eyes of someone in the witness protection program. Or else the characters are on a journey. After long years of a death-in-life marriage, they walk under green trees or among white ruins, now on one continent, now on another. And every so often, someone says something like, "Say, did you and your husband ever try role play?" Not quite like this, not exactly like that. The seductions are like Angela Carter's, if she wrote in very plain language and did not know who Croesus was. The mood, particularly in the travel stories, is like Daphne du Maurier's. A story like I See a Long Journey could be set against Don't Look Now. Those like Inheritance and Friends in the Country could lie side by side with Monteverita. The humor is something like Muriel's spark, as is her willingness to suddenly set her characters on fire. If she were writing Lorrie Moore's stories, I wrote in my notebook, all the husbands would die. But I think she does not sound like other people because she is playing an entirely different game. Better not to know too much about them, maybe. And best not to check how long they are before you begin, so that their real feeling can steal upon you gradually, like the feeling of not being able to run in a dream. In a favorite story of mine, Friends in the Country, Lisa and her uninspiring lover Jim, no one in Ingalls' universe is ever a boyfriend, really, arrive at a country house, and it becomes clear over the course of the night, after a dinner of thick, tarry wine and a stew of what might contain ears, that they will not be allowed to leave. Why? Well, there's the fog, and the fact that it's the toad's breeding season. And then, of course, Henry Kissinger is supposed to show up tomorrow. Norman Mailer was here last weekend, one of the other guests tells them. He talked for hours about glands. Alone in their guest bedroom, Jim and Lisa question whether they know these people at all. I mean, maybe we took the wrong road. Are you sure they're the right people? That sign we passed, the one that had a name on it, that isn't their name, is it? Or maybe you do know them. Maybe, as in Inheritance, they are the family you've never met. After her divorce and the death of her grandmother, Carla travels to meet her decayed, cobwebbed great-aunts, Gisela, Gerda, and Ursula. There is something off about them. They seem obsessed with lineage, and they just keep repeating, "We are German," as a sort of code, like American political candidates. The family's holdings are vast, they tell her, and the family flaw is, well, she'll see for herself soon enough. In a matter of days, Carla finds herself caught up in an affair with Carl, a man obscurely connected to her aunts and who, it appears to Carla, could be driven to frenzy by the ideas of large stretches of saleable land. He takes her to visit the family estate in South America.